Hey everybody, welcome back to Matthew Kelly Pottery. I hope you are doing well. Today is an exciting day for me. I'm about to go on a little bit of an adventure. I'm slightly nervous about it, but I'm pretty excited about it too. And yeah, I'm getting ready to tell you about it. So let's go. All right, everybody, as I just said, I'm about to go on a little bit of an adventure, and I am slightly nervous about it, but I am more excited than nervous. And here's the quick story. I started in pottery in high school, and a lot of you probably know that. And I had an amazing high school art and pottery teacher. And if you've been here to my studio and we've talked for any length of time, especially about my beginnings in pottery, I've probably talked to you about Mr. Durham. Actually, him and his wife were one of the original patrons to help me build my wood-fired kiln. And so I'm very thankful for him for that, but I'm even more thankful for the time that he put into that class in my high school. He's since retired and still lives fairly close to me, so that's why I say it's not a huge adventure today. I'm just going to go over to his house. I've texted him yesterday and said, hey, are you going to be home tomorrow? We figured out a time. I'm going to show up. I didn't even tell him why I'm coming, but here's why. He did come to my first kiln opening because as a patron of building my kiln, he did have a reward coming to him out of my first firing. And he came and he didn't want to pick his own, so I picked out something for him and gave it to him. And to be honest with you, at the time, it really wasn't the value of what I wanted to give him, but I did pick out something that I really thought was special for my first firing. And so since then, he has not come to subsequent kiln openings, but that's fine. I'm not upset about that. But just to say, the reason I'm sitting next to this big pot right now is because recently I've been thinking about him. Of course, I talk about him often to people that are here, and I've been thinking, you know what, I want to bless him and his wife. And that's something that you guys know. If you've been here any length of time on my channel, I love to do good and bless other people, and that's one of the reasons I have my YouTube channel, is because I want to share my knowledge and love for pottery, and I want to make the world a better place. I encourage all of you to do that. I've several times on videos I've encouraged you to just, if there's somebody special in your life, please let them know that they're special to you and why. And so today we're going to Mike and Vicki Durham's house, and I'm going to give them this piece. I've actually got two other pieces I'm going to give them as well. And the reason I've picked three pieces is because they have a piece from wood firing number 1. This piece was in wood firing number 2. And I have one from number 3 and number 4 back over here. I'll show you those in a second. And I'm going to take them so they'll have a complete collection of wood-fired pieces from each of my 4 wood firings so far. And I know he's probably going to be mad at me, and he's probably not going to want to accept it, because even when he was here for my first wood firing, I took the time to make sure he knew how much I appreciated the fact that he was one of the main reasons that I'm doing what I do for a living, and he was very humble about it and didn't want to accept that compliment. And I said, no, really. I mean, like I said, literally, I get up and do something I enjoy for a living every single day. I mean, I never have a day I get up and be like, oh, I got to go to the office, or anything like that. And I said, the amount of people in the world that can say that is very few as it is. And then to have a person connected to the reason that you get to do that is even bigger, in my opinion. And I just, and like I said, I've told him that before, but I want to go show it. And so we're going to go bless somebody today, and I want to take you with me. I don't know how much video I do while I'm there, but I just wanted to do this intro, and then we're going to put this big pot and these other 2 pieces in the car, and I'm going to go, before I go pick up my kids from school, I'm going by to Mr. Durham's house, and I'm going to bless him and his wife. And so I thought I wanted to bring you along because, mainly because I want to acknowledge him on a video, but also want to encourage you that, like I said just a minute ago, that if you have somebody special in your life, make sure they know it, and make sure they know why they're special to you. And even if they don't want to accept it, you need to tell them, because that's important. That's more important than even the ability the fact that I could sell this and make money to do something for my family, yes, but I can make another one. And the fact that I've been thinking about him and I've been so thankful for what he's done in my life, I just want to go bless him. And so I think that's more important than any money I could make from selling these pieces. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, we got the big pot in the back and the other two up here in the front in a bag, and we're going to bless somebody. Let's do this. All right, guys, we're back home now after that adventure, and I'm telling you, it was exciting. I was definitely nervous, but I am so happy that I did it. I'm so happy to have blessed them with those pieces of pottery, and they were thrilled. Of course, they didn't want to accept them at first, but and I didn't video any of the part of the process of giving them the pieces because I was nervous. I didn't want to make them any more uncomfortable than they probably already were with me giving them the pottery, and I just also wanted to make it very personal. I just wanted to say, hey, thank you. I reiterated everything I said to you guys earlier to him about how much his class and what he did for me has meant to me in my life. So I just want to encourage you guys again, if there is somebody in your life who means a lot to you, make sure they know it. Make sure that you take the time to let them know how much that they mean to you. Do what you can to show that appreciation to them, because you may not get the chance next time. And that honestly was almost the chance that almost happened to me, because talking to Mike, realizing that he had some very severe health challenges that weren't COVID related last year, and still has a few health challenges, but I could have missed that chance, and that would have been very sad for me. And I'm very glad that I did it today. I'm very glad that I just went ahead, and I've been thinking about it, and that's the worst thing to do, to procrastinate on anything, but especially something like that, because I took the time to let somebody else know how much they mean to me, to bless them, and I'm telling you, it's addictive. It feels amazing. I'm excited about it, and what's even better is that I had the thought about maybe doing an interview with him at some point. And I talked to him about that, and he said yes. And so I'm like, man, this is going to be cool, because I get a chance to go sit down and probably learn things about him and his teaching and all that I don't know, and I never would know unless I make the time to go sit down. So now I got to put together the questions that I want to ask him, as long as I can come up with questions that I think are good enough to ask. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to love. I'm going to video his inside of his house. His pottery collection is amazing. Their house is one of the, like, I don't know, it's a really old house, like 1800s or early 1900s. I can't remember now, but it's a really old house. And to see the inside of their house and their pottery collection, and anyway, you're gonna love it. And I'm excited about doing that part, and I hope you guys are excited to see it, because it is pottery related. It's part of my history and my story. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all your support on the YouTube channel and just everywhere on social media. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you. So, but you have people in your life like that, whether you realize it or not. And if you don't realize it yet, start thinking about it, and you'll figure it out. There are people in your life that way. And yeah, just reach out to them. Let them know how much you appreciate them. All right. See you guys in the next video. All right. Bye.